dear young friends, gracious ladies and gentlemen, Anaivarkum Vanakkam. There is a popular notion that public speaking is the forte of politicians, because they do it every day. But today, the awardees, those who spoke, beginning, Professor Rela, it has disproved that they alone are not the good public speakers. A professional, a doctor can also be a very powerful speaker. Because if you are not judged by the decibel of your sound, how loud you speak, and how much gesticulation of your hands you make. But if the word comes from the heart, it reaches the heart, it touches the heart. And Professor Rela, with his very touching address, displaying humility, he touched all of us, and so are the other two, Dr. Sigutuvelu and Dr. Arun. Although there were only 3 speakers, there are 11 awardees, and each one of them has a powerful story of success and achievement and service, which are worth repeating again and again. The award which they got today, let it be called by any name, Dynamic Indian or whatever name one chooses. It is a modest way of conveying a thank you to each one of them for the services they have rendered to the society. A doctor, not only caring, treating the patients, giving life, saving lives, finding new ways to save life, and to make the medical procedure easier, less suffering for the patient. Through their researches, they do great service to humanity. In fact, the profession of medicine is considered, we all know, next only to God. No, we have not seen God, but they are the living one on this earth. When a patient goes to a doctor, when we go to a doctor, we surrender ourselves fully. Whatever the doctor prescribes, we take it blindly, with absolute implicit faith that yes, what the doctor has given must work for me and I will be better off. So each one of you, the doctors, you deserve applause, deserve recognition again and again. And I thank the KZ Foundation, Dr. Bhakt Vatsal, very energetic person. Look at his age. All the award, he was coming himself, running from, picking up, giving. Every time when a speaker goes, he rushes to the dais. Look at the energy of this great person. He looks, like many of the young people, would vie for his energy. He demonstrates it. I thank this KZ Foundation for honoring these people. Because by honoring these people, you are telling their story to the society. And the society, it grows with the inspirational story of these people. While these people feel happy, those who are serving, I'm not very sure whether they really crave for recognition. But the fact is that when you are doing good to large number of people, you are touching and transforming the lives of so many in your own ways. And when someone tells you, thank you, just a modest expression of gratitude, it does feel good. In all these fields, we are doing incredible work. Country is achieving new and new heights with the unleashing talents of our young men and women, with our countrymen and women. Our half the population, women folk, what is called, Prime Minister calls Nari Shakti. All these years we kept talking about women empowerment, so many schemes were launched. But what happened, what the change? Because with all these, in our country we had a shameful distinction of, for every 1,000 men, there were less than 950 women. Not that the women were not being born. There were cases of female feticide. And even after the female child is born, lack of health care, lack of nutrition. And even the mothers, the suffering. Absence, if we didn't have, we all talked about education for all. We put it even in the Constitution, that it is a fundamental right. But then how does our daughters get access to education if we do not have toilets in these schools, female toilets in these schools? So in absence of that, we kept making laws, we kept making noises, but the fact is our people could not get the benefit as they should have got. Our mothers, when you do not have a toilet in the house, who is the worst sufferer? It is our mothers and daughters, those who stay in the house. And when it comes to the kitchen, when you burn coal and wood as a fuel to cook food, who suffers? It is our mothers and sisters. Now, all these transformations that are happening is because you feel, or if you start feeling the pain, if you start realizing in yourself, you will start reimagining, you will start getting new ideas how to address the problem. And if we are solving these problems, which earlier used to be India is such a large country, what, how can we do? We have this much resources, we can only build so many medical colleges, we can only build so many houses. If today the number of medical colleges in the last 8 years have doubled in the country, which happened in the last almost about 7 decades. How did it happen? How did it happen today that everyone has access to mobile, everyone has access to all those basic amenities? And there are a few who are yet to get, they will get shortly because things are moving in a very planned, systematic manner. All these years we kept talking about even remove the social discrimination. We have made perhaps the largest noise about social justice. But it pains me when I read a newspaper report that the human faces have been put in the water tank of Dalits, a Dalit colony. When a Dalit Panchayat president comes and tells me that I was not allowed, we are not allowed to hoist the national flag. It is the vice president who does it, not we. When the meetings of panchayats are held, It is the vice president who sits in the chair and Dalit president sits in the corner. What kind of social programs that we have to remove the social discrimination? Very often on we hear the newspaper reports, we get that people have been abused because of their social status. And when it comes to crime against deprived and the downtrodden, the story is abysmal. I was going through the data of the crime against the downtrodden, against the Dalits, and the response of the criminal justice system. And I was shocked that in offenses of rape against Dalit women, only 7% rapists get convicted, 93% people walk away. The problem is, so long we keep talking only noise about Garibi Hatao, remove poverty, so long only keep making noise about social justice, it will continue, it has remained. It has to be addressed with a sense of responsibility, sense of feeling. Sense of feeling that they are our brothers and sisters. And it must go. Any kind of discrimination must go. Then if the intentions are noble, if the intentions are for my selfish interest, then it becomes a slogan. Then it can be a constituency. The problem will persist. As the problem of poverty persisted almost all these decades after independence, because we kept making slogan of Garibi Hatao, remove the poverty. Similarly, if the problem of social discrimination will continue unless we move away from making it just a slogan, move away from the regressive politics of division and feel for them. India is a family. It is a kudumba. And that is why when it comes to healthcare, Ayushman Bharat does not make a distinction between whether the person is here in Kanyakumari or in Kashmir, or Kutch or Kohima. A person from Tirunelveli or Tripura, a poor person, has a coverage of Ayushman Bharat. The 5 lakhs rupees health insurance is accessible to all. There is no political consideration, there is no other consideration. The feeling is the poor, whether the person is of Tirunelveli